Hey guys, listen up. You've probably seen tons of tourist spots online, but today's 6 places are totally off the overcrowded list. From alien-like black beaches to sky-high mirrors, each has a secret charm you can't miss. Stick around by the end, you'll be scrambling to plan your next trip. First up, let's talk about Reynisfjara. Black sand beach in Iceland. It's like a dark fairy tale brought to life by volcanoes and the ocean. Everyone who's been there says it feels like stepping onto an alien planet. Its grandeur and beauty just can't be captured through a screen, you have to feel it in person. Located near the town of Vik in southern Iceland, Reynisfjara is a natural wonder born from the collision of the North Atlantic Ocean and volcanic eruptions. Unlike the golden or white beaches we're all used to, the sand here is pure black, smooth and delicate like black jade. Cool and soft under your feet. No rough grit like ordinary sand, just the unique warmth of volcanic rock. You might be wondering why it's black. Well, it wasn't always this way. Millions of years ago, underwater volcanic eruptions shot magma rushing into the sea, and it cooled and shattered instantly. Over countless years, the ocean waves polished and eroded those fragments into tiny basalt particles. Each one carrying the fiery memory of the Earth's core. Isn't that fascinating to think about? But Reynisfjara's charm isn't just about the black sand. The surrounding natural landscapes are absolutely breathtaking. Along the coastline, there are towering basalt columns with columnar joints rising tens of meters high, straight and upright like carefully arranged natural stalagmites, or ancient giants standing guard over the shore, holding firm against the crashing waves. The formation of these basalt columns is a geological marvel. When magma cools, thermal expansion and contraction create uniform cracks, splitting the rock into regular hexagonal or pentagonal columns. After years of erosion, they've become the awe-inspiring sight we see today. You might have heard of the Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland, but Reynisfjara's basalt columns are more rugged and unspoiled. No trace of human polish, just pure natural power on full display. Standing on the black sand and looking out, the North Atlantic waves surge forward like blue giants, crashing against the rocks and sending white spray soaring meters high. Mist hangs in the air, carrying the salty scent of the sea breeze. It's an experience that's both magnificent and soothing at the same time. On sunny days, the bright blue sky, jet black sand, and white waves create this striking color contrast. Sunlight glints on the water, while the distant Reynisfjara sea stacks stand like giant sea monsters guarding the mysterious coast. On cloudy days, dark clouds hang low, blending the sky and sea into one, making the beach even more profound and serene. Like a scene from a sci-fi movie, with an atmosphere you just can't find anywhere else. And if you're lucky, you might catch the northern lights at dawn, or dusk green or purple ribbons dancing across the dark sky, complementing the black sand and white waves to form a stunning natural painting that you'll never forget. Beyond just admiring the scenery, there are plenty of activities to enjoy at Reynisfjara. Coastal hiking is a must-do. With fine black sand under your feet, roaring waves beside you, and towering basalt columns ahead, the scenery changes with every step, letting you fully soak in nature's grandeur. The trail is moderately difficult, suitable for visitors of all ages, stretching about 3 kilometers round trip, which takes around 1.5 hours. Along the way, you can get up close to the basalt columns, feeling their unique texture and patterns, or even climb the rocks for a panoramic view of the beach and even more spectacular perspective. For photographers, Reynisfjara is pure paradise. Whether you're capturing the changing light of sunrise and sunset, the dynamic moment of waves hitting the rocks, or the static beauty of the basalt columns, you'll get powerful, impactful shots. Bring a wide-angle lens for those sweeping panoramas and a telephoto lens to zoom in on details like the waves and rocks, adding depth to your photos. A drone is even better from above. The black sand looks like a dark ribbon edged by the blue ocean. With the basalt columns scattered like chess pieces, it's truly a spectacular sight. But a word of warning, the beach is windy. So make sure to protect your gear from splashing waves, and always check the weather. Things can change fast by the sea. Reynisfjara has good surrounding facilities, just a 10-minute drive from Vik, where you'll find hotels, restaurants, and supermarkets for a comfortable stay. I highly recommend spending a night in Vik to catch the beach's sunrise and sunset, experiencing its beauty at different times of day. Accommodation options range from budget homestays to high-end sea view hotels, some even offering views of the northern lights. Great value for money. I once stayed in a sea view homestay with windows overlooking the beach and ocean. I woke up to the sound of waves and sipped hot drinks on the terrace at night. And I was lucky enough to see the northern lights. It's an experience I'll never forget. When it comes to dining, local restaurants serve authentic Icelandic cuisine like roasted lamb chops, cod, and Icelandic yogurt, all made with fresh ingredients. Don't miss the roasted lamb chops. Iceland's sheep graze freely on unpolluted grasslands, so the meat is tender with no gamey taste, crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside, perfect with local sauces. Icelandic yogurt is thick, moderately tangy, and delicious when paired with fruit and nuts, ideal for breakfast or a snack. Getting to Reynisfjara is convenient. Drive 2.5 hours south from Reykjavik along Ring Road 1, and you'll pass iconic spots like Gullfoss Waterfall and Lyngvellir National Park, making for a wonderful southern Iceland road trip. But remember, Iceland's weather is unpredictable. Even in summer, you might face rain or strong winds. Check the forecast beforehand and come prepared with windproof and waterproof gear. Also, the waves are powerful and can surge unexpectedly. Stay safe by keeping your distance from cliffs and wave-prone areas. The best time to visit is June to August, with milder temperatures and long days, perfect for outdoor activities and hiking, and you'll have a good chance of seeing the northern lights. But it's peak season, so if you want to avoid crowds, go in May or September. You'll still have stable weather, fewer tourists, and a quieter, more peaceful experience. No matter when you visit, Reynisfjara will captivate you with its unique charm, leaving a lasting impression. Next up is Étretat, a coastal town in Normandy, France, embraced by stunning chalk cliffs. Unlike bustling Paris or glamorous Cannes, Étretat is beloved for its unique natural scenery and romantic vibe, and it's consistently ranked among France's top tourist destinations. The white chalk cliffs of Étretat are a masterpiece of nature, hundreds of meters high, formed from white limestone, carved by sea erosion and weathering over millennia into steep cliffs, unique arches, and deep bays. Standing on the cliffs, you can almost hear the waves whispering to the rocks, feeling the passage of time. Étretat's most famous landmark is the Elephant Trunk Rocks, two natural arches shaped just like elephant trunks. One tall and one slender, standing on the coast as if two giant elephants are bending down to drink from the sea. The taller arch is 80 meters high and 40 meters wide, majestic and iconic. The slimmer one is elegant, complementing its counterpart to form a perfect picture. For the best views, head to the high points of Étretat or hike the cliff trails. Each angle offers a new surprise. When I hiked the cliff path, I turned back halfway up the mountain and saw the elephant trunks clearly outlined by the setting sun. With the white cliffs blending with golden light and the blue sea, it was a beauty beyond words. And I couldn't stop taking photos to capture every moment. Beyond the Elephant Trunk Rocks, Étretat has so much more to explore. The Port Diavel is a massive natural arch with a deep bay below where waves crash, sending up white spray. It's a spectacular sight. The Chemin des Falaises cliff path stretches for kilometers along the cliffs, offering views of the chalk formations, the vast English Channel, and distant fishing villages, making it a hiker's paradise. The trail is flat and easy, suitable for all ages, with rest areas and viewing platforms along the way. Walking here, with the gentle sea breeze on your face and the horizon stretching out ahead, your mind calms and all your worries fade away with the waves. Étretat's beach is another highlight, with fine white sand that complements the chalk cliffs for a stunning scene. It's quiet with few tourists, perfect for strolling, sunbathing, swimming, or having a picnic. In summer, water sports like surfing, windsurfing, and kayaking are available for adventure lovers. I rented a kayak once, paddling close to the cliffs to admire their details. It felt like I was part of nature. The beach also has restaurants and cafes where you can enjoy fresh seafood, delicious ice cream, and aromatic coffee for a leisurely coastal day. But Étretat isn't just about nature, it's also rich in culture and history. Since the 19th century, it's been an inspiration for artists and writers like Monet, Baudelaire, and Maupassant. Monet painted Étretat's cliffs and seascapes multiple times, with works like Cliffs at Étretat and the Elephant Trunk Rocks becoming art classics. Today, you can see replicas in local museums, witnessing the perfect fusion of art and nature. I lingered in the museum for hours. Comparing Monet's paintings to the real scenery outside, I was amazed by the artist's observation and expression. The same views felt more poetic and evocative in his brush strokes. Étretat also has historic buildings and museums like Étretat Castle and the Marine Museum, where you can learn about the town's history and Normandy's unique charm. Built in the 13th century, Étretat Castle is an ancient feudal castle that's been turned into a museum, displaying artifacts and art related to Étretat's past. From its heights, you get a panoramic view of the town and cliffs. The Marine Museum showcases Normandy's marine life and culture, with specimens, models, and the history of ocean exploration. It's great for family visits. When you're in Étretat, don't miss the local cuisine. Normandy is famous for its seafood and dairy, so be sure to try fresh oysters, lobsters, crabs, and cod prepared in various ways. The signature dish is Normandy fish stew, made with multiple types of fish, vegetables, spices, and white wine. The broth is rich and the fish is tender. It's a must-try. I had it at a seaside restaurant. The fish melted in my mouth and it paired perfectly with local bread. Normandy cheeses like Camembert and Brie are also fantastic, creamy and aromatic, best enjoyed with bread and red wine. Accommodation options range from budget homestays to luxury seaview hotels. Pick one near the beach or cliffs for easy access to the scenery. Some hotels have terraces and restaurants letting you dine with ocean views. I stayed in a seaview hotel with windows facing the Elephant Trunk Rocks. Pulling back the curtains in the morning to see the white cliffs and blue sea was a stunning visual shock. Local homestays are also charming, run by residents with cozy rooms and authentic local vibes. Great value for money. Getting to Étretat is easy. Take a 2-hour train from Paris. There are frequent departures, or drive 2.5 hours along the A13 motorway, passing Rouen, a historic Normandy city with attractions like Rouen Cathedral and Monet's former residence. I recommend spending half a day in Rouen to soak in its charm before heading to Étretat. The best time to visit is May to September, with warm, sunny weather ideal for outdoor activities and beach days. Peak season brings crowds, so if you prefer a quieter experience, visit in May or September. You'll still have stable weather and fewer tourists. I went in September. The weather was cool, the sea was still swimmable, and the autumn foliage was turning yellow, complementing the white cliffs and blue sea for a unique beauty. Étretat is a poetic, romantic town where white cliffs, blue sea, golden sand, and ancient buildings form a perfect painting. Whether you're here for nature, culture, or a relaxing getaway, it won't disappoint. You'll leave with lingering memories. Third on the list is the Amalfi Coast in southern Italy, a UNESCO World Natural Heritage Site. Stretching 50 kilometers along the Tyrrhenian Sea, this winding coastline is dotted with colorful houses built on mountainsides, like pearls scattered along the Mediterranean, complemented by crystal-clear blue waters and lush green hills. It's truly a picture-perfect scene, known as one of the most beautiful coastlines in the world, and it more than lives up to that title. The Amalfi Coast's charm lies in the seamless blend of unique architecture and natural beauty. Along the coast, brightly colored houses cluster on hillsides, lemon yellow, sky blue, rose pink, mint green, each with its own hue, as if God spilled a paint palette, gifting the area its most vibrant colors. These are mostly traditional Italian homes, with simple, bright architecture and balconies bursting with colorful flowers, harmonizing perfectly with the natural surroundings. From afar, the houses shine like gems embedded in green hills, dazzling and enchanting. When I took a bus along the coast, the scenery changed at every turn, each corner offering a new delight. I couldn't stop taking photos, fearing I'd miss a single moment of beauty. Beyond the charming houses, the natural scenery is equally breathtaking. The winding coastline is lined with steep cliffs. Waves crash against the rocks, sending up white spray. It's a magnificent sight. There are beautiful bays and beaches like Positano Bay and Ravello Bay, with crystal clear water and fine white sand, perfect for swimming, sunbathing, and water sports. I spent an afternoon at Positano Bay's beach, lying on a sun lounger, feeling the sea breeze. And taking dips in the water. It was pure relaxation. The water was so clear, I could see the sand and small fish beneath the surface. I never wanted to leave. The hills along the coast are also beautiful, covered in lemon, olive, and grape trees, lush and full of life. In spring, the hills bloom with colorful flowers, creating a stunning sea of blooms. In autumn, golden lemons hang heavy on the branches, filling the air with a tempting fragrance. It's a unique sight that's synonymous with the Amalfi Coast. I visited in autumn, passing countless lemon groves with giant, fragrant lemons. Local farmers sold fresh lemons by the road. I tried one, and its intense acidity and aroma were unlike any lemon I'd tasted before. The Amalfi Coast is dotted with charming towns, each with its own character. Positano is the most famous, built on a mountainside by the sea. Colorful houses stack from the shore up to the peak, like a fairy tale mountain town. Its narrow, winding streets are lined with shops, restaurants, and cafes. Wander around to admire the views, buy local souvenirs, or savor authentic Italian cuisine. I strolled 4 hours, fascinated by the unique shops selling handmade jewelry, local delicacies, and art. The cafes were filled with tourists sipping coffee and enjoying the views, living that leisurely Italian lifestyle we all dream of. Ravello is the highest town on the coast, famous for its beautiful gardens and spectacular views. It's home to renowned gardens like Villa Cimbroni and Villa Ruffalo, filled with exotic flowers and plants, offering panoramic views of the entire Amalfi Coast blue sea. Colorful houses and green hills stretching as far as the eye can see, it takes your breath away. I lingered in Villa Cimbroni, surrounded by blooming flowers and the fresh scent of nature. From the viewing platform, the Amalfi Coast unfolded below. It was a stunning, unforgettable sight. Ravello also has historic buildings and churches like Ravello Cathedral, with unique architecture and exquisite craftsmanship, representing the best of Italian architectural art. Amalfi town is the heart of the coast, steeped in history and cultural heritage. Amalfi Cathedral, built in the 11th century, is a famous religious landmark blending Byzantine and Gothic styles, grand in appearance, with ornate interior decorations. Its facade features a huge arch with delicate carvings of religious stories and myths, while the interior altars and murals showcase beautiful Renaissance art. The town also has museums like the Archaeological Museum of Amalfi, where you can learn about the coast's history and ancient civilizations. Food is a major highlight of the Amalfi Coast, centered around fresh seafood and lemons, flavors that are fresh, vibrant, and unique. Local lemons are famous as the king of lemons, large, acidic, and aromatic, used in everything from lemon cakes and cookies to limoncello lemon liqueur, which is sweet and tangy, unforgettable. I tried limoncello during my visit, fresh, moderately tangy, with a strong lemon aroma. It's perfect as a digestive after a meal. Fresh seafood dishes like grilled lobster, fried squid, and seafood pasta are also must-tries. My favorite was the seafood pasta, fresh seafood, al dente noodles, and a rich, flavorful sauce. It was absolutely delicious. Getting to the Amalfi Coast is convenient. Take a 1 to 2 hour train or bus from Naples. However, the winding, narrow coastal roads make driving challenging, so I recommend opting for public transport or a private car service. I took the bus. It was slow, but the views along the way made it completely worthwhile. Buses connect all the major towns, making travel between them easy. The best time to visit is May to October, with warm, sunny weather ideal for outdoor activities and beach days. Peak summer, July-August, brings crowds, so if you prefer a more peaceful experience, visit in May or September-October. You'll still have stable weather and fewer tourists. I recommend May the Hills Are in Bloom. The weather is mild and it's perfect for hiking and outdoor adventures. The Amalfi Coast is a romantic, poetic destination with stunning scenery, unique culture, and delicious food. Whether you're here for nature, culture, or just to relax, it will exceed your expectations, becoming one of the most unforgettable trips of your life. Fourth, let's dive into Machu Picchu. The lost city of the Incas, hidden deep in the Peruvian Andes at an altitude of 2,430 meters. Built in the 15th century. It was shrouded in clouds and forests for centuries until it was discovered by American explorer Hiram Bingham in 1911. Today, it's one of the world's most famous archaeological sites and a UNESCO World Cultural and Natural Heritage Site, oozing with mystery and intrigue. Machu Picchu's architecture is a masterpiece of Inca civilization built along the mountainside with a rational layout, unique style, and exquisite craftsmanship. Most structures are made of huge stone blocks, some weighing tens or even hundreds of tons, precisely cut, polished, and fitted together with gaps so tight not even a piece of paper can fit between them. It's truly awe-inspiring. No mortar was used. The stones stay stable through gravity and friction, surviving centuries of wind, rain, and earthquakes, showcasing the Incas' extraordinary engineering skills and wisdom. Standing before these stone structures, I couldn't help but marvel, how did the Incas transport these giant stones to the mountain top and fit them so perfectly without any modern machinery? Ancient civilizations never cease to amaze. Machu Picchu's buildings are divided into three main areas. Religious. The religious area is the core, home to the Temple of the Sun, Temple of the Moon, and Intihuatana. The Temple of the Sun is one of the most famous structures. Built from three massive stones, the roof is lost. Only the walls and doorframes remain, but it still shows off its grand scale and fine craftsmanship. Its walls are carved with celestial patterns: sun, moon, stars, and Inca religious symbols and myths, reflecting the Incas' deep reverence for nature and the universe. The Intihuatana is a huge granite stone beside the temple, with a depression at the top. It's believed to have been an astronomical instrument for observing celestial movements and a site for sun worship. I lingered there for a long time, imagining ancient Incas observing the sky and holding rituals. It gave me a surreal, time-traveling feeling. The residential area sits on the mountainside with small, delicate stone houses with thatched roofs. Simple interiors divided into bedrooms, kitchens, and storage rooms. They're neatly arranged with narrow winding streets and courtyards, reflecting the Incas' organized lifestyle. Strolling through the residential streets felt like stepping into ancient Inca life, empty now, but still full of the vitality of its former inhabitants. The fine carvings on the stone walls may be Inca symbols used for recording information, many of which haven't been fully deciphered yet, adding even more to Machu Picchu's mystery. The public area is in the center, with squares, markets, and warehouses where the Incas would socialize, trade, and hold religious events. The giant stones in the square may have been used for ceremonies and celebrations. When I visited, I saw many tourists admiring the architecture and scenery, all feeling the same sense of wonder at this ancient civilization. Stone steps lead to all areas of Machu Picchu, exquisitely built, showcasing the Incas' attention to detail and craftsmanship. Machu Picchu's natural scenery is just as stunning as its architecture, surrounded by towering mountains, lush rainforests, bright blue skies, and fluffy white clouds. From high up, you can overlook the Urubamba Valley below. With steep cliffs, dense forests, and a winding blue river, it's a mesmerizing sight. At the viewing platform, I watched clouds drift around the mountains, feeling like I was in a fairyland. The climate is unique, cool, and pleasant, with an average annual temperature of 15 degrees Celsius, perfect for escaping the heat. But the weather is unpredictable. Clouds, rain, and wind are common. I encountered a short rain shower during my visit, but it passed quickly. After the rain, Machu Picchu was shrouded in mist, making it even more mysterious and beautiful. Getting to Machu Picchu is part of the adventure, adding to its mystery and sanctity. There are two main ways to get there. Take a 3.5-hour train from Cusco to the foot of the mountain, then a 20-minute bus ride up. or hike one of the popular trails like the Inca Trail or Salkantay Trek. The Inca Trail is the most famous 43 kilometers long, taking 4 days and 3 nights to complete, with diverse scenery, rainforests, alpine meadows, ancient Inca ruins. It's moderately difficult, suitable for experienced hikers. I chose this trail. Though it was tough, the views were absolutely worth every step. Day 1, drive from Cusco to the trailhead, then hike through lush rainforests, spotting rare flora and fauna along the way. Day 2, continue uphill with the scenery shifting to alpine meadows, passing ancient Inca ruins that felt like hidden treasures. Day 3, the hardest day climbing Dade Woman's Pass at 4,200 meters. But the panoramic views from the top made every beat of effort worthwhile. Day 4, hike downhill to Machu Picchu. The feeling of accomplishment when I first laid eyes on the ancient city was beyond words. The Salkantay Trek is longer 70 kilometers, taking 5 days and 4 nights with more primitive, stunning scenery. Ideal for adventure seekers looking for a more off-the-beaten-path experience. Whichever trail you choose, make sure to prepare well with the right gear: hiking shoes, waterproof jacket, sleeping bag, and train your fitness beforehand to complete the challenge. When visiting Machu Picchu, it's crucial to protect the environment and cultural relics. Don't touch, carve, or damage any of the structures. No littering. The high altitude means thin air, so rest often, avoid strenuous exercise, and take steps to prevent altitude sickness. Bring anti-altitude sickness medicine like rhodiola, drink plenty of water, and eat plenty of fruits and vegetables. I had mild altitude sickness when I arrived, but it eased up with rest and staying hydrated. The best time to visit is May to September. Dry weather. Little rain, plenty of sunshine, ideal for hiking and sightseeing with high visibility. Peak season brings crowds, so if you want to avoid the masses, visit in May or September for stable weather and fewer tourists. I went in June, sunny days, clear views, but lots of tourists. Make sure to book tickets and accommodation well in advance. Machu Picchu is a mysterious, sacred ancient city with awe-inspiring architecture, rich culture, and breathtaking natural scenery. It's a masterpiece of Inca civilization and a precious human heritage, drawing visitors from all over the world eager to uncover its secrets. If you love history, culture, and nature, Machu Picchu is a must-visit, once-in-a-lifetime destination. Fifth, let's talk about the Uyuni Salt Flats in southwestern Bolivia, the world's largest salt flat, covering a massive 10,582 square kilometers. Formed by an ancient lake drying up over time, it's famous for its unique mirror of the sky landscape, one of the world's most popular tourist spots, often called a once-in-a-lifetime romantic destination, and it absolutely lives up to the hype. The mirror of the sky is Uyuni's biggest draw. From December to March, the rainy season, a thin layer of water covers the salt flat, acting as a giant mirror that perfectly reflects the sky, clouds, and surrounding mountains, creating a surreal heaven-on-earth scene. Walking on it feels like strolling among the clouds, unable to tell where the sky ends and the earth begins. On sunny days, the blue sky and white clouds reflect in the water, forming a vast expanse of blue that stretches as far as the eye can see. Stepping into it feels like entering a dream world. I visited during the rainy season and witnessed this stunning sight firsthand. I was completely mesmerized. It felt so surreal, like something out of a movie. I wandered around the salt flat, stopping every few steps to take photos. Every shot was a work of art, no filter needed for perfection. Beyond the mirror of the sky, Uyuni has so much more to offer. The edges of the salt flat are lined with salt mounds of various shapes. Some look like pyramids, others like castles or mushrooms, all fascinating to see. I hiked along the edge, marveling at these unique formations and taking plenty of photos. In the center of the salt flat lies Inkawesi Island, also known as Cactus Island, covered in giant cacti that are over 10 meters tall, some of which have been growing for centuries. It's a unique landmark. Climb to the top of the island for a panoramic view of the salt flat. It's absolutely spectacular. I took an off-road vehicle to the island, speeding across the flat. It was so thrilling. And from the viewing platform, I saw blue skies, white salt flats, and green cacti blending into a perfect picture. Surrounding Uyuni are beautiful lakes like Laguna Colorada Red Lake, Laguna Verde Green Lake, and Laguna Blanca White Lake. Laguna Colorada is a salt lake with bright red water caused by algae and plankton that produce red pigments when exposed to sunlight. Surrounded by towering snow-capped mountains and volcanoes, it's a striking, unforgettable sight. I lingered there for a long time, amazed by the contrast between the red water and the snow-capped peaks. Laguna Verde's green water comes from copper ions in the lake, while Laguna Blanca's white water is from borax-rich lake. Complements the salt flat, forming a stunning natural landscape that you won't want to miss. Don't miss Uyuni's signature activities. Off-roading across the salt flat is a top choice. Off-road vehicles speed across the flat, feeling like flying through the sky. It's so thrilling. I spent a full day off-roading, with the driver taking me to Inkawasi Island. Laguna Colorada and Laguna Verde. The scenery was constantly changing, and each spot was more breathtaking than the last. Photography lovers will thrive here. Capture the changing light of sunrise and sunset, or the mirror of the sky with a wide-angle lens for sweeping panoramas and a telephoto lens for close-up details. I used a wide-angle lens to capture the full grandeur of the salt flat, and the photos turned out amazing. Accommodation in Uyuni is limited, mostly in Uyuni town on the edge of the salt flat or in unique salt hotels located right on the flat. Salt hotels are one-of-a-kind walls, roofs, and even furniture are made of salt blocks, offering an authentic local experience with stunning views of the salt flat. The facilities are basic and the prices are high, but it's worth it for the uniqueness. I stayed in a salt hotel. It was simple but extraordinary. Everything was made of salt. And I fell asleep to views of the salt flat and the starry sky. It was a surreal experience I'll never forget. Getting to Uyuni is a bit tricky. First, fly to La Paz, Bolivia's capital. Then take a plane or bus to Uyuni town, and from there, take an off-road vehicle to the salt flat. The average altitude is 3,656 meters. So it's important to prevent altitude sickness. Take anti-altitude sickness medicine in advance. Drink plenty of water, get plenty of rest, and avoid strenuous exercise. I stayed in La Paz for a day to acclimatize before heading to Uyuni, which helped me avoid severe altitude sickness. The best time to visit is December to March, the rainy season, if you want to see the mirror of the sky. But the weather is unpredictable. Rain and wind are common. So check the forecast beforehand and bring windproof and waterproof gear. UV radiation is also intense, so wear sunglasses, a hat, and high SPF sunscreen to avoid sunburn. I made the mistake of not applying enough sunscreen once and got burned. Learn from my error. Uyuni is a mysterious romantic destination with the mirror of the sky, unique salt mounds, beautiful lakes, and snow-capped mountains. Whether you're here for nature, adventure, or romance, it will captivate you, becoming an unforgettable trip. Sixth and last, but certainly not least, is Mount Kilimanjaro in northeastern Tanzania, Africa's highest peak and the world's tallest freestanding mountain, rising 5,895 meters above sea level. Known as the Roof of Africa, it has permanent snow on its summit, while the base features vast grasslands and dense forests. With diverse landscapes and climates, it's a dream destination for hikers and nature lovers alike. Kilimanjaro's landscapes show distinct vertical zonation, changing dramatically with altitude from the base to the summit. The base is covered in lush rainforest, hot and humid, with tall trees, thick vines, tropical plants, and wildlife like elephants, lions, monkeys, and giraffes. It's full of life. When I started my climb from the base, I entered the rainforest, where the trees blocked out the sky, and sunlight filtered through the leaves to create dappled light on the ground. The air smelled of fresh, moist vegetation. Birds were singing and monkeys were calling. It felt like walking through a natural zoo. As I climbed higher, the temperature dropped, and the rainforest transitioned to subtropical evergreen broadleaf forest. The trees were shorter. There were fewer plant species, but it was still lush and vibrant. Above 2,000 meters, it became temperate grasslands and shrubs. The climate was drier, dominated by herbs and shrubs with occasional cold-resistant trees. This is where you can spot unique birds and animals like vultures and hyenas. I saw vultures circling overhead. It was a spectacular sight. Climbing even higher, I entered the alpine meadows, low-growing herbs that changed from green to yellow and brown as the altitude increased. The weather was colder and the winds were stronger. Hiking here, I felt the temperature drop sharply, and I needed to put on a thick coat. But the scenery was beautiful. Endless meadows swaying in the wind, rolling mountains and a clear blue sky. It really lifted my spirits despite the cold. Above 4,500 meters is the Alpine desert, a harsh climate with cold, dry conditions and strong winds. Almost no plants grow here except for hardy lichens and moss. Walking here, surrounded by bare rocks and sparse lichens, I felt both the cruelty and grandeur of nature. The strong winds nearly knocked me off balance, but the unique, otherworldly scenery made it all worthwhile. The summit is the permanent snow zone covered in snow and glaciers year-round. It feels like the Arctic or Antarctic. With diverse glacial shapes, giant ice towers, wide ice sheets glinting in the sun, it's awe-inspiring. After a tough climb, I finally reached the summit. And looking out at the sea of clouds and distant mountains, I felt a sense of accomplishment and shock that's beyond words. The glaciers sparkled in the sun, the sky was a bright, clear blue, and everything below seemed tiny in comparison. There are several hiking routes on Kilimanjaro, with Machu, Lemosho, and Marangu being the most popular. The Machu route is the most challenging, 60 kilometers long, taking 6 days and 5 nights to complete, with diverse scenery ranging from rainforest to alpine meadows. Desert to snow, the views are spectacular. The Lemosho route is known as the most beautiful, 70 kilometers long, taking 7 days and 6 nights, passing through forests, valleys, and glaciers. It's absolutely stunning. The Marangu route is the easiest, 50 kilometers long, taking 5 days and 4 nights. With gentle terrain, it's ideal for beginners. I chose the Machu route. It was tough, but the views were priceless. Day 1, hiking through the rainforest, feeling the tropical vibes. Day 2, entering the subtropical forest with cooling temperatures. Day 3, exploring the temperate grasslands and shrubs, spotting unique wildlife. Day 4, walking through the alpine meadows, with endless views stretching out ahead. Day 5, navigating the alpine desert, enduring harsh conditions. Day 6, the summit push at dawn, finally reaching the top. It was an unforgettable journey. Whichever route you choose, hiking Kilimanjaro is both challenging and rewarding. You'll have to overcome altitude sickness, cold, and fatigue, but in return, you'll get to admire stunning scenery and feel the grandeur of nature. You'll also meet hikers from all over the world, encouraging each other along the way and forming lasting friendships. I made many friends on the trail, sharing food, water, and memories that I'll cherish forever. Beyond hiking, there's plenty to explore in the surrounding area. Étretat National Park at the base of Kilimanjaro has vast grasslands, forests, lakes, and volcanoes, with wildlife like elephants and zebras. You can try a safari, hiking, or kayaking to experience Africa's wild beauty. I joined a safari during my trip. Driving through the grasslands to see wildlife in their natural habitat, it felt like stepping into a wildlife documentary. Moshi town at the base of the mountain is full of African charm, with hotels, restaurants, and cafes. It's the perfect place to rest before or after your hike, do some shopping, taste local food, and experience local culture. The market is bustling with handmade crafts, fresh produce, and snacks. It's colorful and lively. I bought some unique crafts and tried local snacks. They were all unique and delicious. Local cuisine blends African traditions with Western influences. Be sure to try ugali, sukuma wiki, and roasted lamb. Ugali is a cornmeal staple similar to steamed buns, usually paired with sukuma wiki, a flavorful and nutritious dish made with vegetables and meat. Roasted lamb is marinated and grilled to perfection, fragrant and tender. I tried all of these at a restaurant in Moshi town. They were authentic and unforgettable. Getting to Kilimanjaro is easy. Fly to Étretat Airport or Kilimanjaro International Airport. Then take a car to Moshi Town and from there an off-road vehicle to the trailhead. The best hiking times are January, March, and June-October sunny weather with little rain and high visibility. January-March late rainy season is hot and humid with occasional rain. June-October dry season is cool and dry, making it ideal for hiking. I went in July sunny days, clear visibility, and the hiking conditions were smooth. It's crucial to prepare thoroughly before hiking Kilimanjaro. Train for 3 to 6 months beforehand running, hiking, swimming to build up your fitness and endurance. Pack essential gear, hiking shoes, waterproof jacket, down coat, sleeping bag, trekking poles, headlamp, sunscreen, sunglasses, hat to ensure your safety and comfort. And most importantly, stay positive. Hiking Kilimanjaro is tough, but if you believe in yourself, you can succeed. Mount Kilimanjaro is a legendary mountain with stunning scenery, rich ecology, and unique culture. Whether you're here to challenge yourself, climb to the peak, admire nature, or experience Africa's wild beauty, it will exceed your expectations, becoming the most unforgettable trip of your life. So there you have it, 6 incredible global tourist destinations, each with its own unique beauty and charm. From Reynisfjara's dark magic to Étretat's romantic cliffs, the Amalfi Coast's vibrant colors to Machu Picchu's ancient mystery, Uyuni's dreamlike mirror to Kilimanjaro's towering grandeur. Each of these places deserves to be explored and appreciated. I hope that one day you'll get to visit them all, experience different cultures, admire stunning natural landscapes, and make unforgettable memories. If you want to know more about any of these destinations or have any travel questions, feel free to reach out. I'll do my best to help. Finally, I wish you all happy travels, and may your next adventure be as amazing as these places themselves.